My goodness, guys, day 7. We did it. We have finally arrived on the last day. And first and foremost, if you did go through the 7 days, thank you so much for doing this journey with me. I really, really genuinely hope that I have given you at least something to give you some clarity or some peace. Yeah, I totally understand what it's like to be tortured and what it's like to suffer, and what it's like not to brush your hair. You know, I really have this saying that I really genuinely love, and it's hurt people, but healed people, heal people. And I am still on my healing journey. I still have so much work to do. I'm very aware of some of my flaws, not all of them, because, you know, you can only be so self-aware. And I'm in an exploration place right now where I'm dabbling with my shadow and trying to accept the dark aspects of myself, because it's also very important to acknowledge those. And like we did in the shadow work, you know, we have been taught to disown, reject, and deny those aspects of ourselves. And, you know, it's important to try to love all of us, even the parts of us that are not perfect and that are so-called wrong or broken or misunderstood. You know, my mission is really hopefully one day to get to a place where I can really help and really leave an impact. And I don't know if I'm doing it, but I'm gonna try. And that's why I'm here. You know, I have spent years and years and years and years and years and years healing myself. And I will spend years and years and years and years and years and years healing myself to continue this journey. And, you know, I have really transformed my life in ways that I cannot even begin to explain to you. And it was all through this healing work that I've been teaching you. So first and foremost, I want to encourage you to not stop, to really continue this practice. And in fact, I would even encourage you to give yourself like a time frame where maybe for like a week, you're just going to practice day 1. And for the second week, you're going to practice day 2 and listen to the meditation every day, and just do whatever it is that you can to basically dig a little deeper. And of course, once again, go out there. There's plenty of healers out there. There's plenty of therapists out there, and don't stop searching. If somebody does not resonate with you, if somebody teaches you something that you're like, okay, that's not for me, then move on. But don't just give up. Keep searching, keep finding until you find somebody that does resonate with you. And at the end of the day, not one person, one teacher is going to be able to give you everything that you need. So it is important to seek wisdom and teachings from multiple sources, not just one. Also because you don't want to become dependent on the one teacher and just hope that they're going to give you everything, because you got to remember that we're humans, and even the teachers are going to do mistakes. And it's also just important, you know, like the whole cult thing or worshiping someone, like, no, don't do that. Just find people who inspire you and learn from them. That's it, you know. But in the end of the day, you want to be inspired by yourself. In the end of the day, you want to walk away from this proud of who you are. And like I said, my favorite saying is to become your own hero. When you start building self-respect through the work that you put in, no one can bring you down. Or if they do, you get back up. Because you know the time that you put into it. You know yourself, the work that you put into it, and nobody held your hand throughout it. You did it. You did it. So you should honor that. And it's really, really important to take moments throughout the day to acknowledge the work that you did. The fact that you did sit in meditation. The fact that you did maybe sit down and write, you know, to yourself. Whatever it may be that you did, just acknowledge the work, because it is so easy for us to berate ourselves and put ourselves down and call ourselves idiots whenever we mess up or whenever we do something wrong. And I've noticed that a lot of people have a hard time praising themselves because there's a fear of really being called too egotistical, or I don't know. So what? So what if you are? If it's serving you and you're not hurting anybody else, it doesn't matter. Become your own friend. Be on your team. Be your own cheerleader. Like I always say, this world is hard enough. And we want to get all aspects of ourselves to work together. So, today is just going to be a little bit about reflection. And as I said, I'm going to talk a little bit about psychography, because I want you guys to really understand the amount of power and wisdom that you already have within you. It is incredibly important to get help. That is hands down given. There's a reason why people get mentors and teachers, because oftentimes we can only get to a certain level ourselves, and then we need somebody to give us, it's kind of like a key, right? They give us the key to unlock, to open up new perspectives, new talents, push us beyond our capabilities. But at the same time, we very rarely know that the power and the wisdom that we already possess. And ultimately, that teacher, that mentor just gives us the key, because we already have that within us. We just need oftentimes somebody to guide us or to show us the way. But there are things that you can do to start discovering that about yourself. And like I said, one of those is the way that you speak to yourself. Do you berate yourself? Do you always look at everything that you do wrong and never, ever, ever acknowledge the good things that you do? Do you place other people's opinions and judgments before your own? If you're so worried about what other people think about you, but yet you don't care about what you think about yourself. So it's really important in the end of the day to build a relationship with yourself, to not be afraid to discover who you really are. Because the more that you understand, the more power you actually gain, the more healing you can access. And I promise you, the better your life will get. Because now it's no longer things are controlling you and your decisions. You are choosing to make a decision. You are choosing the next step in your life. You are choosing who to be. So there are a few things that I want you guys to really take away from these 7 days. Inner dialogue, the way that you speak to yourself, the way that you speak to others. You don't have to use specifically affirmations if it's not your thing, but still be very careful about the way that, once again, you speak to yourself and that you speak about yourself to others. You know, if you say that you have no confidence, that you're a loser and that you're a piece of crap, you are making that into reality. If you declare that, then, well, that's what you are. So start using your words, your thoughts, and your actions in a way that serve you, that help you. Start becoming your own parent, your own hero, your own friend. And really think about the small things that you can begin to implement each and every day to help you do that. And it could be simple things as catching yourself every time you put yourself down and changing that. Here's a challenge. Try not to complain. Try not to complain for a week or a day. It is really difficult. And instead, shift that complaining into gratitude. Small exercises like this seem very simple, but whenever I tell people to do it, they can't do it, or they won't do it, they choose not to, because people love to complain. That includes me. You know, we love that, but how can you start shifting that? You know, like I said, I was an incredibly negative and pessimistic person. Still working on my shadows, by the way. I still have traits of that, but I'm nowhere near as bad as what I used to be. I genuinely every day catch myself and make sure I'm very careful about the way I speak to myself. maybe not so much about other people. I got to work on that still. But if you can't tell, I'm fairly confrontational. But I'm okay with that. That's part of my shadow, and that's the part of me that I'm exploring and that I'm learning, you know. Anyway, another thing that I want you guys to start practicing, like I said, is psychography or automatic writing. This is a very, 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 very powerful practice that will allow you to access information that lives in your subconscious. And not just that, it will also allow you to access information from other sources outside of yourself. So psychography is, or automatic writing is, where you basically take pen and paper and you ask a very specific question to something, or to a part of you, to a deity, to an angel, to God if you like, to your shadow, to your light, it does not matter. To my higher self, please channel to me and through me wisdom and information that will assist me today in healing. To my addiction, why are you here? To my sober self, how can I allow you to be at the forefront each and every day? I've even used this for body injuries, my lower back. I had a lot of lower back issues. And so I started to do channeled writing around that, to my lower back. What is going on? You know, and you'd be amazed at the information that you receive. This is automatic writing is also used, I think, in Freudian psychology or therapy. My acting teacher uses this, by the way, as a technique with literally her acting technique. And a lot of mediums and psychics actually use channel writing as well to connect to other deities and other beings. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that you can do this every day. By the way, it's actually a really, really powerful practice to practice every day. You can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I recommend starting off with 5 minutes because it's easier. And then you move up to 10 minutes. Quiet space. Take a moment to meditate. Just get yourself calm. Make sure that you're not going to get disturbed. Put the timer on. And then remember, you need to ask a question to something specific. To my wiser self. Why am I so stupid? No, okay, don't do that. To my wiser self, how can I access more wisdom? The key ingredient is you're going to continue writing. So once you hear the question, you're just going to keep writing. Don't worry about controlling the pen and paper. The whole point is you do not stop writing. You write whatever comes to you, even if it's blah, blah, blah. I literally sometimes write blah, blah, blah. If you get stuck, re-ask the question over and over again and just trust the information that comes through. You want to write up until the end, and you're going to want to stop at certain points. And that's usually the time that you need to push through. This is a way to access wisdom within you, to access information that already exists within you, because you're tapping into parts of your subconscious brain, which is where the healing really is. To my inner child, help me understand you. We did that in day 6. To my adult self, doing it from the perspective of the inner child. What do you need from me to heal? What do you need from to my adult self? Sorry, what is it that to my adult self I need you to, and then finish the sentence. So you see, the options that you have when it comes to psychography and automatic writing is infinite. You can do it all kinds of ways. Once again, go online, find other people who talk about automatic writing or psychography, because it's going to be really, really interesting, and it's something that I promise you, if you start practicing it once a week, once every day, it can really, really genuinely change your life. It's a very, very powerful tool. And lastly, I just wanted to end with mirror work. So mirror work is where you talk to yourself in the mirror. Now, Louise Hay, who is the queen of affirmations, would do affirmations to herself in the mirror. So when I started doing affirmations in the mirror, I couldn't even do it. I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I just hated myself the way I looked. So what I started doing at the beginning was that I would pretend that whoever's looking at me was like an angel or somebody who was in love with me, you know, because I know what it's like to be in love. So you just don't care what the person looks like. Another option that you can do if you have a hard time doing that is just to look into your left eye, the access to your soul, and just focus on that part. A few ways you can do this. One, yes, you can do affirmations. So just saying positive things to yourself, even if you just do 1 or 2 things positive to yourself. The other thing is start conversations with yourself. Now, you're going to sound like a crazy person. But you can do kind of like the psychography. You can just kind of ask yourself questions back and forth, try to get some insights that way. This is a very, very confronting. It's very confronting to do this, okay? It's not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted, but if you have the courage and you really want to try something a little bit out there and something that maybe makes you feel uncomfortable, something that you normally wouldn't do, and you're just willing to try everything and anything and just see what happens, give it a go. All right, well, let's finish with our meditation and yeah. All right, so let's begin. Close your eyes, get yourself in a comfortable position, and follow your breath. Just taking a moment to check in with yourself. How do I feel today? How are my thoughts? How is my heart today? Is it open? Is it closed? Is it frustrated? Is it excited? And just inviting now your spiritual team to assist us today in this meditation, to be by your side, to guide you, to shine their light upon you, and to invite their love and their blessings today. And I want you now to visualize a beautiful light shine above you, and I want you to trust the color that you see. It could be any color. And just feeling that beautiful, warm, loving light surround you. Your guides shining their love upon you, helping you heal your energy and the energy in the room or space that you're in. Just releasing any negative attachments, any entities that are not welcome. Clearing your aura, clearing your chakras. And so, taking a moment to reflect upon what you have learned on this journey, what impacted you the most, and anything that you learned about yourself that you didn't know before. And just taking a mental note of the new practices that you will begin to implement in your daily routines to assist you in the healing journey. And just giving permission to your spiritual team to assist you through this journey, to remind you, to keep you accountable. To guide you, to send you messages and synchronicities throughout your day, to lead you in the right direction, and to allow you to resolve this issue, this trauma, this energy, this frequency, whatever it may be that revolves around your addiction. And I want you now to call forth the version of you that is healed, that is sober, And I want you now to see them in front of you. Taking a moment to really look at yourself, seeing yourself glow with power and energy, with strength, with clarity. Feeling the difference between your energy and their energy. And just seeing them smile at you. And they're going to place their hand on your heart. Feeling that love, that support from them, knowing that they are always there whenever you need them, that you can tap into that version of yourself at any time, any moment. Now, do you have any questions for this version of you? Is there something that you wish to get clarity on or guidance, whatever it may be? Now is the time, and now ask them. You can say it out loud or in your head. And just inviting them to share some wisdom with you once again. Anything else that you need to know or understand in this moment that you're not seeing with clarity. And finally asking them, do you have a message for me? Is there anything else that I need to know at this time? And finally, inviting them to merge with you. So seeing them stepping forward and merging with your body, with your energy, giving you the power and the strength that lives within you to amplify that version of you. The sober version of you, the empowered version of you, the wiser version of you. Giving you the strength and the knowledge that you need at this time, the guidance and the support. And before we finish this meditation, I want you to set an intention for yourself today. A wish, if you like, or a goal. Something simple. It doesn't have to be too complicated, but what is it that you really, really desire in this moment that can help you move forward? And just allow that seed to be planted in your heart. And that seed will have the color, the same color as that light that surrounds you right now. And as you go throughout your day, just remember that that seed is planted in your heart. And taking moments throughout your day to nurture that seed, to send love to that seed, so that it may grow and flourish into reality. And so it's time to come back now, slowly, slowly expanding your awareness back into your body, back into the space, gently returning. Take your time, and when it feels right, you can open your eyes. All right, guys. As always, leave a comment below. Let me know if you've discovered anything about yourself. If by day 7 you have shifted something within yourself. I really hope that this helped you and that it has given you some tools that you can begin to implement. And genuinely, I wish you the best on your healing journey. Sending you love, light, and blessings. See you later.